Welcome everyone to another episode of Time for BL. This is the podcast where we review movies, TV shows, novels, and comics, all in the boys love genre. AiLongNhai, a show that is on and is rated TV PG. Even though I contemplate the TV PG, I'm thinking probably should be PG-13. I don't know much about ratings, so maybe I'm just thinking wrong. But I feel like this is like Twilight, and I'm going to episode 6. The point is we're at episode 6. So where last we left our fellows, they were playing house, and Nhai is talking about going back to visit his family. I wants to visit with him. And also they had a very sweet moment as well, with Nhai being the one to give Ai the kiss on the cheek. The last episode was sweet as hell. Last episode was just sweet as hell. So now we are on episode 6, and we get to see where they go from here. And I am just so scared for when whatever drops. Like, oh, this woman is gonna appear at some point. The mom, she's gonna appear at some point, and there's gonna be drama. And it will involve that chick. And we're gonna lose our sweet moments for a while, aren't we? Why is Chan there? I'm so confused. Because I just can't get over... Until it's still an idiot. Alright, so yeah, episode 6 of AiLongNhai. Let's go. Yeah, so Jita is trying to get Ai's line, I guess, sitting up beside him, and because this dude is an idiot, he is pulling Nhai away because he can't even tell anything about himself, so why would I be surprised? I wanted to see the fall again, because I was like, did the ball hit that hard? But of course, TV magic, they can't actually have the ball hit that hard. And Ai and Nhai staring longingly into each other's eyes. And I'm still going, no one sees this and goes, they like each other. They like each other. What is on Min's shoulder? Is that a scar or something on Min's shoulder? Or is it a birthmark? Pulling him so hard. Oh god, so I'm just thinking of like Unforgotten Night. I don't know why my mind went to Unforgotten Night, but it went to Unforgotten Night. So that is the image I have. But I was thinking of Baiboon when he like tripped and fell outside of the pool when he was getting out of the pool and they were playing in the water or whatever, and everyone freaked out. Baiboon. I was like, he just tripped. What? Where are you? Okay, I guess there's blood. Concern. Look, we can tone it down a little. Like, that's the kind of concern I would have for a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old. Isn't he supposed to be like 18 years old? Or am I wrong? Is he younger? Is he actually a child? And should we call the police on... what's his name? But yeah, I was thinking of that, and like watching the ball hit Nhai, and no one goes rushing over except for Ai, which makes sense because of course Ai is feeling Nhai. And so everyone else is just like, ooh, damn, ooh, sorry, dude. And not rushing over as quickly. And that's like the reaction I expect to see. And then people rushing over after, like, hey, sorry about that. That's more the reaction I expect to see. But I also love here with Nhai being jealous, but not wanting to say he's jealous, because of course they're not like out to everyone with their relationship, but he's acting so jealous, and Jita is just eating this whole thing up. Ooh. She still don't realize she is late to the party. He is taken. He does not want you. Everybody just standing around listening to their quarrel. Everybody just sitting down listening. Why would you say that out loud? Everybody just standing there like, yep, they're arguing. We're not gonna get involved. We're just gonna let them argue. They're very close. we don't know what the nature of their relationship is, but we just know we're not getting involved. Actually, you know what? It does make sense still, because have you ever seen siblings fight? Like, when two siblings fight, I'm not getting involved in that. Y'all go at it. Now, if it's my siblings fight, I will jump in there too, and I'm taking sides, and I'm probably the one that started it. Like, yo, I saw her go into your room, and when she left, she was like hiding something. What'd you go into my room for? Like, I'm the instigator, so. But yeah, I guess it's the same thing. I guess it is kind of normal, because if you see like two best friends fight, you don't want to get involved, because they're the best friends and they have their own arguing style and they'll get over it on their own. You see two brothers fight, you're not going to get involved in that. That could go sideways. Same thing with sisters. Anyone, brother and sister. So yeah, I guess it does make sense as well, where they're like, yeah, they're very close, but they got very close in a very short period of time. They became best friends. And they were roommates. I hope someone got that reference. I really hope someone got that reference. Yeah. So I guess it makes sense as well, while they're like, we're gonna stand back and just let this play out. But oh my god, Gita, shut up. Why do you want to tease him? If you tease him, I is going to cuss you out. And of course, this dude, yep, they look like they're together. Okay, so I am slightly concerned about Jita's quest for the guys, because it really could be her being like, y'all don't think they're together? I think they're together. And just not trying to push an agenda. But I do wonder if she's trying to push an agenda where the guys, say something, and because of that, AiLongNhai have to part ways from each other so that I is alone and she can get in there with I. That whole thing. Because machismo kind of deal. I'm wondering if that's what she's trying to do to make... She's trying to pull a mom from Cupid's Last Wish, creates some drama that's going to put a wedge between them so that she, or the person they want to be closer to that one, to get closer. In this case, her. I wonder if that's what she's trying to do. Because it's a diabolical plan, and I don't want to call her evil, but there has to be a villain in every series, and of course women must play the villains in a lot of these stories, because women can't just be the cool best friend like Yiwa. Nope, they had a female villain in that one and in that one. I'm trying to think of the female best friend who is not a villain at all, like any show without one. There's a couple, but not a lot. Alright, so I'm going to give it to Tun. Tun said, let's just ask I directly. Give it to him on that. Why? Because what did the other two say? No, let's just observe them and see what assumptions we will come up with, basically, is what they're saying. I get why they want to observe and watch, but I prefer Tun's approach. Just be straightforward, like, hey, are y'all more than friends, or are y'all just friends, and we're saying this as your friends because we want to know how to treat the two of you together. Are you together or are you just friends? We just know how to address y'all. which I don't even know if that's what ton means, because it's ton. He's an idiot. But yeah, that would be the better approach. Also, yes, they did notice the kiss mark on Nhai's neck. None of them said anything about it. They just assumed, I guess, that he went out clubbing and made out with some girl and got kiss marks on his neck, and didn't question it. Which, I mean, I guess that's good friends. But best friends will always point it out. I'm sorry. I feel like best friends will always be like, what's on your neck? Nothing. At least acknowledgement of, okay, yeah, nothing. All right, cool. Is this nothing right here? Is this nothing walking towards us right now? Something like that. I feel like there would be some acknowledgement, but they noticed it. They just didn't say anything. And now Ai's taking care of Nhai. Hold up. So they have a conversation. And Nhai admits to Ai that he doesn't want him giving Jita his number because he shouldn't be flirting with two people at once. Ai obviously realizes that Nhai is jealous, and instead of reassuring him that he doesn't have to be insecure about a relationship between him and Jita, he's not into Jita, or anything like that, I'm only into you. No, instead he decides to feed on those insecurities to feed into Nhai's jealousy. He wants Nhai to be jealous of him, which I understand to an extent. He's the one who shows most of the affection and everything. He's just wanting Nhai to show him a little something too. But you know what grinds my gears? I can't do that properly. I'm sorry. I'm not Southern. But what grinds my gears is guys who do crap like that. I can't stand it, because I've had guys do that to me, where they use my insecurities because it makes them laugh. And I'm lucky that I'm now with someone, when I say something like that, he doesn't try and go with insecurity and like, oh really, he understands I'm insecure about this situation, or I'm not sure about this, or I'm kind of jealous in this moment. And even if he makes a joke, he makes that joke quick and goes straight into, no, it's okay, don't worry about that, because he doesn't want to have me overthink or to hurt me in that way. And it's like, you jerk, how could you do that? But now I'm also going, is Nhai packing up all his stuff to leave? I deserves it. Okay, so there we go. We're getting fed into both their thoughts, and Nhai is heartbroken because he likes him, he likes Ai, and this is the situation. And Ai is realizing, oh, I might need to reconcile with him, but I want him to admit he likes me. And it's like, somebody needs to back down. In my opinion, it needs to be Ai in this situation, because now you're gonna push the situation to a point where it doesn't need to be. And helping to pack? Listen, all right, let me explain something. I don't give marriage advice, but when I do, I will straight up tell someone who's like talking to me and like, this is the situation, this is what I'm in, and I don't know what, I'm like, pack their clothes for them neatly, fold everything up and put it in a bag. Why? Because what that tells the other person, especially if you do it neatly, you're done, you're over it, you've moved on. They need to know you've moved on. So what Ai is doing right now with helping Nhai pack up, fold everything neatly, and put it in a bag, he's telling Nhai subconsciously, I don't care about you. That's what that means. That's why when someone comes to me and be like, hey, you've been in a relationship for 8 years, In my relationship ain't that long either. But they're like, hey, you and your husband have a strong foundation, a strong relationship. I guess. I mean, we try. We work on it like everybody else and we talk things out. But yeah, you have this strong relationship or seemingly strong relationship. Here's my situation. I'm done. What do? What's the next step? I took every measure. I always say, fold everything up neatly. Don't just throw things in a bag. If they're the one leaving or the other person, they're kicking them out, whatever the situation is, make sure you fold everything up neatly. Put everything neatly in a bag. You have even lists of what you have everything in. You have the marker on the box showing what is in each box. That is a sign that you are done and you're moved on. Because what's going to happen is either you're folding everything up, putting it in the bag, and then you're going, oh wait, no, I'm not ready for this. So you're going to take everything back out and hang it back up and put everything back in its place because you're going to realize, oh yeah, I'm not ready. Or you're going to fold everything up, put it in the bag and go, yo, I'm done. I'm finished. What he's doing is sending that message that he's done. I want to slap that boy. I thought me was going to fall on it. All right. So, yes, like I said, I was in the wrong. And I did finally stop Nhai in the end. Because it was going too far. He's pushing Nhai too far. And he should have had that conversation in a different way. Now Nhai is crying as he takes him to the bed. But yeah, that conversation should have happened a different way. Instead, it happened in a way that makes I the jerk. But in the end, they're working things out, I guess. Better communication skills is what I want for these two. They need to learn to... They need to learn from Rain and Payu on how to communicate with each other. And I cannot believe that is a sentence that makes sense. Because Rain and Payu, once their relationship started, they became great communicators with each other. Like, before, they were okay communication in that Payu kind of just understood when, through Rain's actions, if he was lying or telling the truth and all that stuff. But once they were in a relationship, they both became great communicators with each other and told each other everything, even if there was fear that something bad might happen. They got to that point where they could talk about anything and everything with each other, and had that open flow of communication. I and Nhai, especially if they're going to be domesticating themselves and moving in together this quickly and spending that much time together in each other's homes, need to become better communicators with each other. Because if you don't communicate in your relationship, it's not going to work. That is my advice. That is my advice to you. Isn't that just going to lie there and let I do all the work? He's just laying there. I mean, well, yeah, they showed him laying there too in the last episode. All right, Pillow Prince that it is. Oh, in this case, Pillow Prince. But this also kind of goes back to where I'm like, is this PG or is this PG-13? Because I feel like this is PG-13. I feel like this is preteens and up, maybe? No, teens and up. Okay, so they're in the bathroom doing the shower scene, whatever. And Nhai turns around, and on the other side, he's dry. That shoulder is dry, which means for the shot, with the actors, they're only putting stuff on one side of the body. That's the camera. So he turns out like his shoulder's dry, their hair is dry. They didn't even try to make this believable. But they're taking a shower after sex. And this is what it looks like. Oh god, that was a dry shoulder. No water to be found. Okay. So, Inn is at the bar. He just met a guy. Sparks are flying with him in song. But I want to talk about the subtitles real quick. So the subtitles have been a lot better. They have. But I was confused for a second. If it wasn't for In's dialogue, I would still be confused. He said, Song says he's here to meet a friend, but he might be too quick. So I'm like you need to quickly leave. Like, you're not going to be able to stick around. And then In says, well, I can wait with you, or something to that effect. And that's when I realized he's saying he might be too early. You see where I'm getting here? Who does the English subtitles? Like, are they putting this in Google Translate? Who do they not have someone to look over it and just be like, oh, that doesn't make any sense? Like, you can even get a native English speaker for that, because you don't need them, because they can look at it and go, what are you trying to say with this line? Okay, yeah, that's not how that sentence would work. And it looks like I am too early, not too quick. And they don't even need to speak Thai for that. Like, you can just get a native English speaker from any country or just an English speaker from any country. It doesn't matter what their native tongue is. Actually, just an English speaker who is completely fluent to look at that sentence and go, that's not how that is said, and corrects it. Or maybe it's expensive. I don't know. The subtitles have been getting better. Also, their hair is really poofy. It's like really, really poofy hair. How long did they take to get the hair that poofy? And that cocktail is not cold. That looks warm. They had that sitting in ice. It came too quick. That is not a warm cocktail. I'm sorry, is this girl teaching people how to, like, get men? Is that her class? I don't want to knock it. I mean, learning how to, some people do need a little help in the finding a relationship department. It's just, you also don't want to misrepresent yourself in this. So it turns out she was the one helping him set up with In, because I guess she knew he likes In. And I just a new memory. So has In met Song before? Me really carrying him across the room. I'm sorry, I'm not adding him to my men who lived. No offense, me. Because you look like you were struggling. You don't get added to the men who lived list. Then again, you know, his acting partner is, like, they're both roughly around the same size. So they're he's got to work the muscles up some more to get to that level. Also, I gotta give it to I, like, great aftercare. Oh, beautiful. He is taking care of his man. Okay, all I'm thinking about is when Porsche played Dr. Bright in a lot has happened. But Porsche was playing Dr. Bright in Together With Me and Together With Me the next chapter, and him and Farm, and how he was taller than Farm. I have to go back and look to see, was he really that much taller than Farm? Because seeing him stand with Mean and how much shorter he is than Mean, I'm just thinking it in my head. When he was playing Bright, I thought he was a lot taller, and I'm like, maybe Mean is just really tall. I thought he was taller, and now I'm seeing maybe Mean is just really tall. Maybe he's not as tall as I think he is. Huh. Anyway, a lot has happened since we find out that AiLongNhai had a conversation about telling people, where Nai made it clear he doesn't want to make a big announcement about it, but if anyone asks, you can go ahead and let them know. I feel like that's fair, and he did say to did you want to make a big announcement about it? Giving I the opportunity. to say, yeah, I would like people to know that we're together and we're both off the market, which makes sense too. Both valid in their own ways. And then he's recalling when his father said to him, if you really love someone, you don't change their daily life. And yeah, so he's using that, I guess, as his reason to go along with what Nhai wants, because he's also not being honest and saying, yeah, I want to tell everybody we're together. Like, let's tell the world, let's announce this, which valid, both very valid in what they each want. And yes, there's still a hickey on his neck. Okay, I'm hoping this means I can like Jida. I really want to like her because of this scene with her and her crew. So her and her crew come over, they approach Nhai, they're talking to Nhai, and Nhai straight up just asks, hey, do you still have feelings for Ai? And she says no. He told he obviously isn't into me. So yeah, I'm done with that. And he told me he's interested in someone else. Do you know who that is? Teasing him and stuff. And basically, kind of letting him know, hey, I know you're with Ai. And not doing it in a mean way. She's not being mean about it. She's kind of being sassy about it. And it doesn't seem mean-spirited. So I'm hoping this means she's not a villain. Because I am tired of the trope of that villainous girl who likes the guy. We see it in so many, and they're phasing it out. They're doing a good job in phasing it out in a lot of shows and stuff right now. And I'm hoping it continues to phase out. We don't need it. We don't want it no more, because it just makes women look bad. And especially since women are some of the biggest viewers of, BL shows, like constantly feeding women, especially younger girls, because a lot of teens are of course also viewers of these shows, so constantly feeding them that women are evil. Like, that's not good for anybody's psyche. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'd rather a show with just no female representation whatsoever than a show with bad female representation. And that's just it at the end of the day. Okay. Yeah. Basically, yeah, that's pretty much the end of the show right there, with his conversation with Jida and her not seeming to be a bad guy, which goes back to like her with Song, because it really looks more like she's coaching Song on how to talk to In to help him, or help build him up and give him the confidence in talking to In, which there's nothing wrong with that. There are dating coaches that do that. Shannon Boodram, who's like one of my favorite people out there, she does that. She coaches people in dating, and she's a professional at things and dating and sexual relationships and stuff like that, and how to begin that, engage in that, all that stuff. And I love her for it, because I definitely see where it's needed. A lot of people with anxiety don't know how to approach dating, or if you have low self-esteem, you might need help changing yourself in certain ways to help give you the confidence to go forward and show your interest in someone. A good example actually is the show Fish Upon the Sky, where I can't remember the names of any of the characters in that. I just remember Neo and Lois. But the main character, one of his things is his brother gets some friends to help change the outward appearance to help build up his inner confidence. Which also with that show, I was going the whole time, the boy is attractive. Like, you're just changing attractive boy, taking attractive boy and taking off his glasses. Like, that's all they did. He was already attractive. But yeah, he needed something to boost his confidence so that he's able to approach with confidence the guy he's interested in. So it's the same thing. If that's what she's doing, she's just helping Song out because Song doesn't necessarily have the confidence to approach In, then she's not doing anything bad. And I see where her services may be in need, and maybe utilized by her friends, to know, what to do. And if she, especially in this final scene we see with her and Nhai, if she really is just approaching Nhai and letting him know, hey, I'm backing down, you don't have to worry about me, you go off with your man, your neck is showing. Like all that. If she's really moved on, perfect. I do want to see where she's coming back later, because they've shown in the opening sequence her and the mom together. So I do have fears and worries about if it's going to be like a team up with the mom. I don't know. I don't know anything about the show. The show has been very cute so far, and we're on episode 6. I don't want the cuteness to end, and I am scared. It's how many episodes again? 12 episodes, and episode 11 is usually the curse. The episode 11 curse. Whoo. Yeah, I have fears, I have reservations. But I'm hoping that everything is going to work out and everything will be okay and I won't cry too much, because I'm really enjoying this show. I just noticed it actually has a 9.7 rating and has 18,000 ratings. Personally, I think it deserves it. I think the show is doing very well in everything, and they're really just showing this cute blossoming relationship, and I like it. The drama so far, we're only on episode 6. The drama seems to be, for the most part, superficial. That's why I say I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm just waiting for stuff to go down, because I want to know how bad this is gonna get. I'm not gonna rate it. Not like I'm probably, all right. How much would I rate this episode and this show so far? God, I really like it. This will definitely be in my 8.5s currently. This will be at 8.5 for me currently, which is a really good rating. I really like this show, and I really like a lot of what they've done. I just really need them to make sure they're double checking the damn subtitles. I apologize. But yes, double check those dang subtitles, because it can pull you out, even if even if the mistake is small. Like with Big Dragon, there was a mistake in episode 2 or 3. But it said, it was supposed to say call me boss, but it said call B boss, and it's like, I was able to go, okay, yeah, he meant to say call me boss, but I still couldn't help but notice the fact said call B boss. Like, that was still sticking out like a sore thumb. This one, though, it's been so many errors after errors after errors. I really need them to make sure those subtitles in all the languages they're subtitling it is tight, because that could also lose an audience. Because if you are reading subtitles and you have no idea what the hell these subtitles are saying, you can, especially if you're someone who doesn't do well with subtitles to begin with, like someone who might be dyslexic or I don't know, autistic, or I'm trying to think of all the issues with slow readers, anything at all, where misspellings, incorrect grammar, all that stuff is going to mess you up completely. Like, that can lose an audience. I don't want the show to lose an audience because of something that could have been easily taken care of if someone was more careful, or if you had other people going over it and just double checking, watching everything and making sure and making note of errors to get them fixed. Like, I want the show to do amazing, because I really love this show and everyone has worked so hard on it. So I want it to blow up. Okay? I'm out here telling everybody how amazing this is. Please fix the subtitles. That is all. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Time for BL. I hope you have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Bye.